You join us in a barn, and I have found something a bit cool today. It's a 1968 Series 109 Land Rover, but it's not like any other Series 109 Land Rover. This one has a Jensen Interceptor V8 put in it. I'm pretty sure it's the only one in the world. So let's have a look, and we'll also see if we can get it going, because it's been stood here for a very long time. This thing has got quite a lot going on, a lot of modifications. I've noticed it's got an airline to the back, an air takeoff. So, unusual fuel tank. I'm guessing that's a fuel tank. Looks like it's got air assisted suspension. Ugh. It's actually not bad on the chassis. It's a bit scabby looking, but it ain't rotten. Yeah. I don't know what that pipe's doing. I wonder where that goes. Oh, probably a breather for the fuel. Some big meaty tyres on it. But the most important thing that people want to see is what's under the bonnet. Well, this is allegedly the Jensen V8. I'm sure people might look at it and go, oh no, that's not what it is. But I'm pretty sure that is what it is. We'll take all the air cleaner off in a minute. Check all its oils. And a very homemade modified front grille. Pretty cool. Unusual looking thing. Wonder what it's like inside. Let's take a look. First person to touch this door handle in years. Straight away I noticed something a bit ungenuine. What is going on here? Interesting. Also interesting. Door card on a sit. What on earth is all that? Got air regulator, various gauges. Doesn't look like a very genuine dashboard. It's got a door sensor. Wow. What we got here? Lucas gauges. Oh, of course, some Jaeger gauges as well. Oh, got a Smith's heater. It's very clean in here. Oh, radio. Maybe a CB, I don't know. Cassette? Or is that 8-track? I think that's cassette. Pretty cool in here. Cool headlining. I have no idea what it smells like, people, because I don't have a sense of smell at the moment, I'm afraid. I love that old Shell bottle there. It's vintage. The seats are pretty cool. They're probably out of the Jensen. I won't have a clue. They don't look like genuine Land Rover seats. Well, I've had a lot of Land Rovers and it's not in bad condition. What on earth is that? Like some air locking system. What? That one doesn't have one. What? I'm guessing that's what that is. These seats in the back don't look quite as quality. Vents in the roof. What's in the back? What on earth is this? Not sure what that's about. Oh, we have his spanner set. Oh, we have got some quality spanners here. King deck, proper old school. Spares, maybe? No idea what all that is. Pretty cool in the back here. I don't know what's going on here with that. The exhaust pipe's quite chunky. I wonder if it has an airlock this side. Yes. What is he trying to... Oh, there is an air thing there. I wonder if that lock... but the driver's side are all air locking. Oh wow, look at those little levers. This is certainly the coolest Land Rover I think I've ever looked at, and probably the most heavily modified. Right, it's clearly missing a battery, but I have brought one. But it looks to me, I don't know, unusual terminals, but whatever. Well, I have brought a battery. We'll check the engine oil and everything. There's various ignition parts down there, which is probably concerning. But it probably wasn't parked up broken. I'd like to think it wasn't. The door's closed ever so well. Bulkhead's perfect. Not a bit of rust. Bit of alley corrosion on that top hose, but I suppose that's normal. It's probably been sat here 25 years. You wouldn't have a clue. No idea what that is. Oh my. Oh, there's a twin electric fuel pump. Never seen one of them before. What on earth is that? We've got a compressor under here. I'm guessing that looks like a compressor. No idea what that is. Air tank maybe? No idea. Right, so he's got some cover going on. I did see somewhere. Aha. Skateboard. Oh yes, farmer concrete. Absolutely useless for things with wheels. Oh, what gearbox have we got going on under here? Because it's all very hidden. I can't see nothing through there. Oh my god, I see belts. Why have we got belts going on? Right, 1 minute. Oh my god. So what he's got, it looks like the original Jensen V8 auto box. It's hard to see. I'll try and get a better shot in a minute. But basically through there, comes out the back of the car's transmission, the auto box, and on the prop shaft for the rear, he's put a pulley, and then mounted another pulley that then goes off to the front prop shaft, making it four-wheel drive with V-belts. An absolute legend. I've never seen it. Oh, we've got a disc brake on the back. Wow. Look at that. A disc brake on the, I guess that's the handbrake. That's very cool. Like I say, the chassis is flaky there. I think under this flake, it's actually quite solid throughout. I've got absolutely no room with this stupid. Oh my god! Look at the sheer. What on earth? Oh my god! I think this was owned by a mad professor. Nice bit of Dixie in there. That's the sort of thing my dad would put in. What legend! Well, this is getting more and more interesting the longer I'm looking around it. Right, well, I've got the air cleaner off, and I've already noticed there's like a SU carb or Zenith. I can't really tell, but obviously that's the American style or the Jensen carb, I think. And then yeah, I don't know. If someone wants to explain in the comments what's going on there. I mean, that's like what you get on an old Rover V8 with twin SU carbs. And you unscrew that and there'd just be a tiny bit of oil on the end of it. And that was to do with how it kept an even running. But yeah, why it's got two carbs on it, I've absolutely no clue whatsoever. I've found the dipstick that's down here. A very, very tiny little head on it. Let's see if there's anything in it. It's low, but it's got adequate amount of oil in it. So it's not going to hurt it to try cranking it over anyway. That's if the engine isn't stuck. I could try. Doesn't feel so good. could be buggered. It could have a stuck engine. Be a real shame, but that does not look like it's turning. But it could just be a tiny bit of corrosion. Just look at the engine, how it's mounted. So I'm stood bang in line with the middle of the car, and it's very much this way. I suppose that's probably because of all his steering box and everything. But the engine is definitely more hanging over the passenger side. So I've been to the shop and I've bought a brand new battery. 1000 core cranking amp, another cheapskate battery. Right, I'm just get rid of some of the mouse infested. I'm definitely going to get the wheels disease after this, I think. Right. Oh, I wonder if this is for the interior. Oh yes! What a legend! Automatic interior light in his 1968 Land Rover. Oh, look at the meaty gear selector. The Autobox. This seat is actually very comfortable. Also doesn't feel like there's a ton of play in the steering, which is a change for a Land Rover. Right, now the big thing is, are we going to have any ignition noises? Didn't hear any fires. What is that? Okay. Let's see if it cranks. Oh! It cranked a bit. Don't think it smells. I'm just gonna take that off just in case. The engine definitely turned over. It can't be as stuck as I thought it was. Let's see if I can turn it back by hand. Here we are, underneath the Jensen Land Rover. And I've managed to get the old screwdriver through this hole. And I'm trying to turn the engine back on the teeth, because my thinking is it probably wasn't parked up broken. I'd like to think. I like to stay hopeful. So let's go back to more fiddling with buttons. All the candles are on. Oh, what a darling. More road legal than my Transit. Yes. Come on, do a full revolution. Yes. Bit slow, but it did a revolution. Okay, so now the engine's turning over. Slowly, but it's turning over. I think that might improve, but I want to not go too hard on that starter, because I think she's not going to appreciate that. Next thing is to have a look at the points and distributor. Not looking awful in there. It's going to want to clean up. Right, well, it did spark, but I've cleaned it again, and we'll see if it's any better. Okay, well, that's cleaned out the cap, the electrodes on the cap. I'm pretty happy with that. Center points, not totally worn out. So I'm going to put the rotor arm back in. Now, this is a key point. If you don't put that in, it'll never fire. Believe me, I have forgotten past and then spent ages wondering why it won't start. A fire extinguisher at the ready, because whenever you're playing with petrol, you always need a fire extinguisher. And I have some brake cleaner. So what I'm going to do, now that we've got a spark, I'm pretty confident it will be going to some of the plugs. I mean, the leads are probably knackered, but let's see what happens. I'm going to spray a little bit of brake cleaner into the carb there and crank it over, and we'll see if we have a fire. Not like a physical fire, but I mean like a fire within the engine, hopefully. So I'm not going to go too mad. Let's see what happens. I generally think I just fired. Right, so I found a mechanical fuel lift pump down the side of the engine. So I've got the knackered feed into the petrol tank off, and I brought some cheap fuel pipe. I'm going to connect that on there. I'm going to run that into a small can of, definitely not brake cleaner, and see if it will suck its fuel up and run. Right, well, it's just not quite firing on enough cylinders, so I think it is sensible now, we know it's firing on a few, to take the plugs out, have a look at the condition of them. Now, I think there was actually a few spare plugs in the back. There are some actual brand new, must be 30-year-old plugs in the back, and they certainly look a lot better than what come out of it. So I'm just going to put a full set of new ones in it. Rather annoyingly, I was one spark plug missing out the set, but 7 new ones are better than 8 knackered old ones. So we're going to have another go at cranking it now with new spark plugs in. So fingers crossed, it might work. It was quite clear to me at this point, it's just not cranking fast enough. Right, I've just struggled the absolute devil out of myself to get this sodding starter motor off, which looks in pretty horrific condition. It was an absolute nightmare to get off. Oh look, it's genuine. I'm going to try and take it to bits and clean it up, see if I can make it to spin a bit better than it is. If not, I'll order a new one. I ordered a new one straight away for 150 quid. Oh, well, it has fell to bits. I'm pretty sure that isn't supposed to be like that. I thought the brushes would be the same, but they're not. It looks like. Nothing a bit of WD can't help. After 20 minutes of fettling and cleaning the brushes and putting it all back together, which was an absolute pain in the backside, joy to put back on. It's literally leaking rusty WD-40 all over me, which isn't the nicest.
Can't even see where your hands are going.
After just a few moments of crippling depression, the starter was fitted.
I like the little strobe light thing you got going on.
Yeah.
I've not seen that before.
Bonnet light. I don't use it very often because I don't work on cars very often. I don't like cars. Or Land Rovers.
No? Not even this one?
Not even this one. Right, we're going to have a look inside the carb now. Check all the floats working, and there's this strange tap that he's got so he can turn the fuel supply on and off through the car. It was a real pain to get off. We're not sure which way's on and which way's off, so we're going to check that while it's to bits. And I couldn't see that it was injecting fuel. When you kick the throttle, it should inject fuel, but I can't see as it was doing that, so I need to look into that as well. Right, so this was the fuel inlet to the top of the carb, and me and Dad discovered that valve was dodgy. But now it's definitely passing air, so it should pass fuel. We just took the float off this side because this is the needle that basically, like your toilet, once it's filled with water, it pushes itself in and then stops any more petrol from coming out. But what I'm just going to do is take both out, little pin here, and it pivots off, keep them separate, because sometimes they can just get a bit of dirt on them and play up. And now I'm going to blow through the inlet, and then I'll put one in and make sure it comes to either side. Well, that's not good. Oh, I'm blowing on the wrong side, not I'm blowing on the blank. Yeah, that's going to struggle with that. Right. It seems that we got fuel or air going, so I'm going to try and use that one to block this port off. So that one's definitely working. Now let's try and block both ports off. I can't blow through it. So they're working. So if I pull them out, so they're working properly now. So we'll put that back together, and we now know that it will be actually getting fuel in. So these are quite simple. All that does is, when the bowl, we're upside down at the minute, so when it's out of fuel, it'll go like that, then the fuel will push against that, and because that's got air in it, it'll float to the top, which will push down on that little needle, stopping any more fuel from coming in. With the carburetor back together, we thought we'd try and put some ATF down inside the engine to try and get the compression to come up.
Pause, keep your foot flat out. So it doesn't hydraulic itself or anything silly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
Right, with all the plugs out now, let's see how quickly it spins over.
Whoa!
What's that? What happened there?
I went round the fan.
Oh, is that what it was?
Try again.
Ready?
Yeah. Right, so this side,
Yeah.
all it did was gob oil out that back cylinder.
Right.
How seized was it?
Oh, it was, yeah.
Were you hanging off it?
Yeah. It was stuck.
I can't guarantee this is going to suck it through.
No, I'll just keep cranking it.
Alright, keep it flat out. Well, that definitely chucked a load out.
Crank to clear it now then.
Yeah.
Foot back to the floor.
Little bit more, Joe. A little bit more. He's still gobbing. All right.
Up.
Yeah. Ah, dude. Yeah, that's fairly clear now.
Right, plugs all back in. That was easy.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
That was the best.
That nearly went. On easy start.
Adam, that was running. Yes!
As soon as I stopped spraying, it stopped.
Oh, we actually got it running.
That ran on away.
It did think it did.
It sounded very 8.
I'm just going to see how much shit's from out there. There's quite a lot of smoke out the exhaust.
It's got a lot more compression.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's try again. Feeling helpful.
Yep. It won't run without easy start.
Yeah. Well, the throttle was made. Oh, yeah. Okay,
As soon as I stop spraying, it conked out.
What have you seen? Oh.
The oil filter that is external is.
Why is that leaking? What's happened? You just want tightening up?
There's a seal out there.
Oh. Alright, I better get something to mop that up. It's definitely coming out of that seal that's torn.
Just showing it on the top.
It's paper. You might have a spare in the back, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, what a bloke. Actually, I think they don't have his address on it. Jensen.
No, that's a bearing.
Damn. What was that you just said?
You haven't ordered a new starter
Yeah, I've
yet,
just
have
bought a
you?
brand new one off eBay,
Oh, yeah.
140 quid.
Just take that out there a second.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If this is what I think it is. Oh, this doesn't look brand new. Oh, might be. Yeah, it is. Oh, shit. There's a brand new starter in it. I've actually, to be fair, not made a bad job of repairing its original. Oh my god, could you believe that? So, Adam has been round the back and he has found a new seal. Oh.
Slightly oval.
New in 1976. Which way shall we put it in? That way?
Put it the right way round.
Yeah, but I don't know. Here's where we need impact on. That's probably way. One of these things that's really meant to fall. Oh look, did you see that?
That was a hell of a shot.
I didn't spill a drop.
You've got to pull out now without squirting everywhere.
Yeah, well that could be a bit difficult. Do you think it's enough? What do you think?
Put some in.
Well, tell me when.
Enough. Just put enough in.
Is that enough? Quick, because we're running out.
That'll do.
That wasn't me, that was the side of the lid. Did you see that? That was professional pouring. So the dipstick is a curtain hanger, a curtain, one of those springs, old fashioned, whatever they are. What are they called? Like a blind.
Is the hole back for the curtains? The thing you put round them?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Right, we have got oil again. We have basically given it a full service now. Let's try it again. Okay then. New seal on. Try this again. Yeah. this is the last time we're going to try it. It's getting a bit dark now. Right, well, I think we're going to leave it at that. It's getting pretty dark, quite a few fires, and we don't want to burn it to the ground. But it is running, and believe it or not, it's even charging. Look, that meter gauge just shoots right up. But the fuel in the tank must be like basically water now. Adam says it will not run without fresh fuel going into it. So I think in the next video we'll drain the fuel out the tank, put some fresh in it, and we'll probably drop the engine oil, change that filter, put a proper new filter in it, and then try it again, try and get it running off its own fuel, and then we'll try and drive it. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again. We are going on a stag do up in Scotland this weekend with Jack, so if anyone's in Scotland and we're in Old Bangers, we'll see you there. Cheers.